A rabid fox bit at least 6 people in Brighton over the weekend. And now those who live in the neighborhood where it happened are worried about the rest of the foxes that traveled in that same group.
They tell News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey the rabid fox was followed by babies, and they're worried they may be carrying rabies too.
There's some undeveloped land behind us, so they like hanging out back there.
Joe Tunis is talking about foxes, some of which have become more brazen lately, trolling his Brighton neighborhood.
They had a couple of kits, the babies flopping around.
He recorded this video a few weeks ago when a fox came right up onto his deck and stayed a while. He and his wife hadn't seen the fox again until Friday.
Friday, I was upstairs working, and I hear my wife yell. She was on the back deck, like, doing some garden prep stuff. I come down, she's like, the fox just bit me. I'm like, So she was inside at this point, the fox was outside milling around and then kind of ran away.
The bite broke the skin.
So we assumed the kits might have been under the deck and it was feeling threatened.
But that turned out not to be the case. The fox took off and ended up biting 5 others in the neighborhood.
And later in the night, we started hearing more of the incidents, and a couple doors down, a child was bit.
Brighton police and animal control responded.
This is the first time in my 20-plus year career that I think we've had a rabid animal. Never had bit that many people before.
They were able to trap and euthanize it, but now all of those who were bitten must undergo a series of treatments to ensure they don't get rabies from the fox.
She had a couple doses on Friday, the day of the bite. She had to then go back to get a couple more doses on Monday. And then since it was confirmed the fox had rabies, she's got to continue that. So she has more doses this Friday and then next Friday.
An inconvenience, but the bigger concern is for others.
There's been a turnover in the neighborhood in the last couple of years, so there's a lot of young kids.
And this isn't the only fox that's been hanging around.
I know people have seen foxes in their neighborhood since this incident. Is it the same family of foxes? Is it a different family? We don't know that yet. We're still got to gather some of those facts.
Today, we caught up with a Brighton animal control officer checking the traps that have been set. But DEC says these humane traps aren't really the best when it comes to foxes.
Leg hold traps, there's going to be a drawback. This is a suburban area. Putting leg hold traps out there, you run the risk of capturing cats or dogs because they're free-range animals. So we have to weigh out those concerns.
The Brighton police chief tells me he is waiting on some follow-up answers from the county health department and the DEC. And once he has those, he's going to hold a meeting likely early next week for people who live in that neighborhood to address all of their concerns and update them on a plan of action. In the meantime, if you came into direct contact with a fox in Brighton, if it actually touched you in any way, you need to contact the county rabies control program right away. We know at least 6 people have. There could be others who perhaps came in contact with this fox who have not yet come forward. You need to do so because rabies is very dangerous if you don't get treated right away. We have all the information you need at WHEC.com.
All right, Jennifer.